Hey guys, we're here at the Northern Shooting Show 2019. Currently we're in Hall 3, but we thought we'd have a quick wander around the whole show just to give you an idea of what's here and how big it is. So let's go. And it really is busy. So we've got the guys from Fubar Bundy in Leeds here, so it's nice to see them representing. Some pretty cool Lancer tactical guns there. I've only seen those online, it's nice to see those in the flesh. Massive stand from Spectre Arms, good to see those here. As you, well, you may or may not know, I'm a big fan of Spectre stuff because you get fantastic value for money. But we'll see them later. Let's carry on. Tactical tailoring, that's pretty cool. Always a fan of these Cobra buckles, I'm a big fan of those. Got the guys from Land Warrior here as well, so it's a bit of a decent airsoft turnout. It would have been nice to see a few more people, but as far as airsoft goes, you've got some big names, which is nice. So yeah, we've got a decent stand there. 511 gear on there. I'm a big fan of 511 gear. Let's carry on. We're going to try and make our way up here. Slingshots. I remember those from when I was a kid. They're lethal. This looks like a pretty interesting stand. We might have to come back to this a bit later on. I don't know if it's air weapons maybe, or 2-2, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, they've got some interesting stuff on there. Some nice tactical looking rifles. You'd recognise some of those if you're into Krytac gear. Speed holsters there for pistols and mags and things. That's pretty cool. Could you imagine trying to use one of those in airsoft? Don't know if you'd get a really dedicated sniper sat right at the back of the field with one of those. Some more interesting looking stuff here. We've got some more shotguns over there. Interesting paint jobs there. It's nice to see that it's not just sort of wood or black guns. So, I mean, how many of you guys paint your guns? I see quite a lot of it on Instagram, but be interesting to know. Just let us know in the comments below if you're a fan of a paint job on a gun. Maybe send us a picture of what you've done on yours. Anyway. So here we are. This looks like the majority of it is all, yeah, it's all 2-2 stuff on this display. That's some real technical looking rifles. I mean, check out this. Just look at the stock on the back of that. It's like RoboCop had sex with a rifle. Now, one thing I will say is this is the smallest of the three halls that are displaying stuff. And even just walking around here, you can see an abundance of tweed. Now, it kind of gives you an idea of where this show is actually aimed at. It's a very sort of big money, you know, kind of shooting crowd, game shooting, clay pigeon, or sport shooting, that kind of stuff. So it's nice to see that they're at least catering for some airsoft stuff, trying to keep the interest up there. Right, it's getting pretty hectic in here. It's mostly clothing around there, a few more guns. So we're going to head out and get out of people's way and go and check out Hall 2. So here we are at Hall 2. Let's pop on in and have a look around. Bit more space in here, which is nice. We will head that way first, I think. Although straight away I've seen some pistols which look quite nice. Yeah, they're all air pistols, 177, things like that. So, but they're pretty ace. That's kind of the next step up from airsoft, I suppose. As long as you don't shoot people with them. I'm impressed with the turnout, I've got to be honest. We turned up pretty early on. We're here on Saturday. We turned up pretty early in the morning, and there was already loads of people walking around. So it's good to see that it's actually a popular show. More air guns on display there. I'd be interested to know, you guys tried any air gun shooting? Any air rifle, not just airsoft? Be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments. It's something I remember doing with my dad's old air rifle in the back garden years ago, but I've never tried it since, so I don't know what the technology's like nowadays. I want to know what that is. That looks awesome. Wow. I'm guessing it's some kind of thermal or, well, yeah, my guess would be it's some kind of thermal scope. That's pretty cool. Canteen through there for lunch later. We will carry on through this way, I think. Loads of knives again over there. Tactical gloves. Actually, following on from our recent video about TS blades and their pretend knives, if you want to call them that. Be interesting to see if we find anything of a similar design here in the real format. Don't forget to go and watch that video and like and subscribe, by the way. It's pretty cool. Oh, right, we're in a big open area now. Where do we go? Let's go that way. That looks beautiful. Now, if you could achieve that in Airsoft, I think that would be quite popular. Or maybe people would hate it. I don't know. This is the real reason why I came here. Pork pies and scratchings and venison and hog roast. I don't care about guns, really. It's mind-boggling the amount of stuff that's here. I think if you're interested in anything remotely shooting, everyone is catered for. And I think you may even find as we go outside, I think they also cater for crossbow, bow and arrow type shooting as well, as far as I'm aware. If we see that later, hopefully we'll show you some of that as well. Have you ever given that a go? See? Northern Shooting Show 2019. So there you go, that's a bit of a quick walk around Hall 2. I mean, there's so much we could show you. I didn't go zigzagging through every single stand, but just gives you an idea of the scale again. So on to Hall 1 now, which is the main hall, which is the biggest of the three. This way. So here we are in Hall 1, the main hall, the biggest of the three. You can see the size of it, but let's go and have a wander. We've got this rather flashy looking stand from Hawk Optics here. It's nice that they provide you with some way of actually testing rifle scopes without pointing a gun at anybody. So that's pretty cool. I mean, look at that. Yeah, that's some impressive gear on there. Yeah, loads more shotguns again. A large contingency of the show is geared towards clay pigeon shooting, unsurprisingly. So hence all the shotguns. Any of you guys ever tried clay pigeon? I haven't personally tried clay pigeon shooting. I'm hoping we'll have time at some point at the show for me to give it a go, but we shall see. Big ass safe. I wonder how long it's going to be before we're required to keep our airsoft guns in a safe. Oh, there you go, clay pigeon shooting. Clay Pigeon Association there, so yeah, they're making a strong presence. Swarovski Optics, they're always very nice. I mean, you'd expect them to be very clear given their pedigree. So it's nice to see them here as well. Expensive stuff though. It's crazy to think just how much firepower is currently sat on such a small patch of land. But just looking down these aisles here at all the guns lined up in the stands, and they're all for sale. They're selling ammo here as well. It's mental, but everyone's responsible. 290 quid for a shotgun. Obviously you need a license, but still, 290 quid. That's far less than a lot of people pay for airsoft guns these days. Speaking of which, what's the most money you've ever spent on an airsoft riff? How much money have you spent on a single gun? Not talking about upgrades necessarily, but just straight off purchase. I'd be interested to know that. Guys from Vortex there. Hopefully we'll have a word with them later. That's pretty cool. Could go with that sniping chair that we saw earlier. Okay, getting pretty busy now. I had to let you hear the guy with his duck call there. A lot of the show caters towards foul shooting as well, so it's relevant. That's quite cool. It's almost like a tactical dog lead. Neat. And we've got the guys from Scott Country here as well, which is nice to see. I think we had a look at their stand last year and had a look at some of the thermal optic sights that they had on display. They were tiny little things that were actually very effective. And they've actually got themselves a little shooting stand as well. That's pretty neat. I like that. I might have to have a go on that later. So there you go. That's Hall 1. It's massive. You can see the size of the place, the amount of guns on display, the gear, everything else that's here. It's incredibly impressive. I don't think I've seen anything this big outside of like NEC shows, things like that. So it's good, and it's nice to see that they're getting such a big footfall. So there you go. That's the Northern Shooting Show 2019 walk around.